opposing captain, Stephen McManus, scored at both ends of Motherwell on Sunday in the space of 7 minutes. That was crazy, but not as crazy as an Old Firm game can be. Gordon Strachan needs to overcome his Glasgow bogeyman. Walter Smith has beaten him 4 times out of 4. Old Firm managers don't usually survive such records. Otto Moritz, no doubt being loudly booed in a few Rangers pubs at this moment, was booked in the previous 2 Old Firm games this season. That's the way he is. Alan McGregor became the first Rangers keeper ever to keep 4 successive clean sheets against Celtic. He's had an outstanding season. This is a rarity in the SPL. It's the first Old Firm game to be played in the evening for over 8 years. Kenny Clark is in charge of his 13th and final Old Firm game. It's his last season. Celtic and Rangers share the city of Glasgow, geographically close, historically worlds apart. As games go, this is big, this is huge, this is massive. Rangers will go 7 points clear with 2 games in hand if they win. Surely there would be no way back for Celtic from there. Walter Smith has only lost 7 out of 38 Old Firm matches. A remarkable record. He's won his last 6. Coming second in Glasgow means coming last. Winning is everything, losing is nothing. And we've had a false start, but the real thing is upon us. Celtic and Rangers are at loggerheads again. It's win or bust for Celtic. Sasa Papac. Gary Caldwell is underneath that. Barry Robson charging into Christian Dailly, who's less than impressed and reacts.
No, he's not impressed. Normally very calm, Christian Dailly. He wasn't happy with this. You can see why. Barry Robson straight in there, and he does come across with his right elbow. And Christian Dailly did not enjoy that.
Barry Robson signalling his intent against the club where he actually started his career. It's frantic, it's frenzied, and we've only had 50 seconds.
Well, that is a message, and I think from a Celtic point of view, they really have to try and start quickly. And for me, treat this like a European night and go at it for the first 20 minutes.
McCulloch once again up against Andreas Hinkel. And they had a few battles the last time these 2 teams met, not so long ago. It's Barry Ferguson's 35th Old Firm game. McCulloch is his target. Closely watched by Hinkel and Caldwell. Cleared by Nakamura. McDonald, it's popped off his head, and now Stephen Davis for Stephen Whittaker. Cuellar. Up towards Darcheville. McManus in front of him. Darcheville has it though. And a corner.
Well, quite clearly, Walter Smith knew that Celtic's game plan would be to start quickly, and he's decided that's just what Rangers are going to do.
Safe to say Barry Ferguson is not getting much of a welcome in that corner. Ferguson's corner, and Christian Dailly flicked it on after McCulloch had left it.
Quite interesting the way the Rangers players attack this one. McCulloch towards the front post area. The three bigger lads in behind, waiting for it.
Celtic have lost the last 4 Old Firm games without scoring. If they don't stop the rot tonight, the game is up, the race is over. Cuellar will get a free kick off Vennegoor of Hesselink.
I think the thing is that Celtic do need to score early in this one. Rangers don't actually need to score at all. They're quite happy with a 0-0 here. The difficulty for Celtic is that Rangers don't concede goals early. Only once so far in the SPL this season. Inside 20 minutes, and I think that Celtic will be looking for that. They'll be trying to get that goal, get themselves settled in. And also think as well, as far as a nerves point of view, having lost 4 times to Rangers recently, they want to settle themselves down.
Robson, his first Old Firm start. He was caught by McCulloch, but Kenny Clark happy to let Celtic get on with it. McDonald, McGeady. David Weir's clearance goes only to Paul Hartley. Hinkle having to track back. Vennegoor of Hesselink, his target. Mostly watched by Cuellar. And Vennegoor of Hesselink felt he was fouled.
To Darcheville there as well. He felt he was held back from Caldwell. A little look across to the referee. So we give and go there with McCulloch.
McGeady, promising traps. He had some joy against Broadfoot last time out. Papac keeping an eye on Robson.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's why Walter Smith favoured Whittaker on that right-hand side, because it's virtually 2 right backs that McGeady's playing against, with Broadfoot in there as well.
Nakamura, who is due a decent Old Firm game. McGeady, running away from Whittaker, and now he's up against Broadfoot. McGeady looking to make it happen, but he might need some help. And Broadfoot has stepped in. Darcheville. Barry Ferguson is making a dart through the middle. Darcheville stumbles.
That will be a problem. If you allow Darcheville to drop off and then get turned on you, as McManus did there, will give you a problem all night. Maybe not quite for 90 minutes, but certainly 60 or 70 of them.
By McGeady for McDonald. McGeady takes over again. Whittaker quickly upon it. And that will be a common theme for sure.
It's going to be one night though where McGeady will need help. You have to look at players like Nakamura to come in as well with great delivery, work rate, an attempt at least to get in behind Rangers.
Lee Naylor's long throw. Vennegoor of Hesselink flicked it on. There wasn't much contact from Weir, but there was from McCulloch. Nakamura, Hinkle in close attendance, but it's intercepted by Stephen Davis. Darcheville chasing this, Paul Hartley going with him. Darcheville powerful, but Hartley having held it.
That's just why Hartley's in there. He reads the situation very well.
Robson will get a free kick, will he? Yes, he will. Kenny Clark thought about playing the advantage. McCulloch was all over him. Celtic think they are playing the advantage, but they're not.
Rangers are so well drilled like this. As soon as someone like McCulloch breaks free and tries to press, the other one drops off in midfield and they become a solid 4 again. The back line are marshalling the troops, getting them pushed up.
Rangers do not have a great recent record here. They've only scored 1 goal in their last 5 visits to Celtic Park. That was Hugo Ekiol's winner last season. Vennegoor of Hesselink helping that on to McGeady. Cut out by Cuellar, as so much has been this season. Naylor. Vennegoor of Hesselink kept in check by Papac. McCulloch charges in and he will get a free kick off Big Jan.
Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink trying to press high up the park, but he does catch McCulloch.
Celtic Park bristling with passion and plenty of it. Caldwell. Naylor. McGeady outside of him. And they will want him on the ball a lot. Ferguson intervening. McGeady very closely watched once again by Whittaker and Broadfoot. Wise move.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy for McGeady tonight. Both those players have pace and strength, and very used to defensive qualities.
Papac. He's found Whittaker, and he's found Broadfoot. And there could be a Rangers raid. Then again, Naylor pings that to Nakamura. Hinkle. Nakamura and Vennegoor of Hesselink is onside. McGregor got a whack as he dealt with it, but that was a bit of a let-off for Rangers. McGregor's hurt. The Celtic fans raising the decibels inside this spectacular arena. They were a little bit unlucky in the last Old Firm game at Ibrox. Celtic controlled much of the first half before going behind.
Oh, it's a lovely ball. You can see Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink beating the offside trap. But it's that point there. He hasn't got quick enough feet. He looks a bit sluggish, and it's his first touch. He's a mile off, really. And at this point, I think it's the free kick. Comes right across McGregor. That is a real chance, though. If the striker gets a touch on it, he gets turned, he'll get a strike, but I think he got that all wrong.
McGeady's away. Second chance, hint of handball. And McGeady unable to keep that in. It's a goal kick. It has come downstairs already.
Maybe just the ease at which McGeady's getting on the ball on that left-hand side, but as soon as he does get on the ball, the Celtic midfield have to do something in order to support him, because with 2 against 1, he's quite often going to run out of steam.
McDonald. McCulloch rose with Robson. Those two together again, as they were in the opening seconds. McGeady. A sense of anticipation amongst the Celtic fans whenever Aidan McGeady is on the ball, and no wonder after the season he's had. Celtic dominant in the early exchanges.
I don't think that really bothers Rangers too much, to be honest. There's been no real chances created as yet, just that one for Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink, which he didn't take.
Cuellar was virtually glued to Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink. It's come off Hartley's chest.
I think part of the Rangers' game plan will be to frustrate Celtic, to allow them to come on to them and then maybe try and get them on the break, but certainly not initially. They don't have to. They'll try and stay solid, and they won't mind too much if the ball goes wide, as long as it doesn't come in with dangerous delivery.
Celtic have failed to score in their last 3 home games. They've never in their history gone 4 games without scoring here. Absolutely must win for Celtic. He ran away from Hartley and he caught McCulloch. Kenny Clark wants a word.
Well, it's a sort of night where there's no holding back from tackles. Unfortunately for Hartley, he was forced into that one. Poor ball from Naylor. Not quite sure where he's caught, but you see the pain in his face, McCulloch.
The first yellow card on Derby Day in Glasgow. There'll probably be 1 or 2 more. I think we've done well to get to 14 minutes before we had one. McCulloch in agony.
There's been a few balls already played by Celtic that have just not found their mark. I think they're a little bit anxious. Trying to overdo it a little bit, the home side. On that occasion, Hartley followed through and just caught McCulloch on the right ankle, I think.
Plenty of attacking options on the bench for Rangers, if required. Boyd and Novo and Naismith and Cuellar.
As far as changes are concerned, Rangers certainly win that battle if they have to make them. From a forward-thinking point of view, got real options on the bench.
So Paul Hartley has to be wary, which is easier said than done in a game like this. Actually been a red card in the last 9 Old Firm encounters.
Maybe you're right, Ian, that will be problematic for him. Quite often he'll have to make that last-ditch tackle.
Well, that's Cuellar. It's actually a corner. Cuellar bemused and baffled.
No, he's not having that. We'll see if he's right. Chaperoning ball out. Oh, he certainly didn't touch it.
A corner for Celtic, a chance for Celtic. Nakamura takes it. Brushed off Papac. Here's Lee Naylor, ready to return it. Stephen McManus is still in there. Drops kindly for Christian Dailly after Whittaker challenged McManus. McGeady away from Dailly superbly. Handball, I think.
I can see quite clearly how Rangers are overcompensating on their right-hand side. Because so far in the first 17 minutes, it's basically been 1 against 11 with McGeady down that left. I think that Celtic definitely need to change the point of attack.
Nakamura inviting. McCulloch had to sort it out. And that's another corner. And it's a good spell for Celtic, this.
It's a good spell. It's a decent ball in as well, but Rangers are physical and they do have height.
It's Barry Robson then to whip it in. And it's met by Papac. He'll get the chance to do the same again, Robson. Nakamura wants a short one actually, but Robson hadn't noticed him. And Papac now has. Robson tries again, and is it going in? Papac has to knock it behind again after Cuellar had caused chaos.
Oh, it's a great ball, and it's got real pace as well. Cuellar looking at the back post, and Whittaker just gets the header up in the air to anywhere.
Rangers on the rack, under the cosh, but can Celtic make one of these corners count? And it would count so very much. Once more Robson sends it in, and it's going to be yet another corner.
Very important spell for both sides now. Rangers need to try and keep this tight. Very difficult though when they're putting balls like that in Celtic. Great header away from Cuellar.
Can Rangers weather this Celtic storm? Another corner, Nakamura this time, flicked away by McCulloch and helped on his way by Ferguson, and sighs of relief for Rangers as they finally dig it out.
That is why Rangers are so difficult to beat. Defensively, enormously strong. Weir, always putting their bodies on the line.
Bright and breezy start from Celtic. And a game they have to win to even have a chance of taking the title race further. Nakamura! His first Old Firm goal! And typically, it's a beauty! Celtic rise to the Old Firm occasion at last!
This is great first touch. He gets it out from his feet, and look at the bend and the dip on that one. He's right through it, and just look how much that moves away from McGregor. He thinks it's going to his left, but look at it on the end. It's a fantastic strike, bang on the 20 minutes mark, and after all that pressure, it's paid off. Nakamura came inside a little bit, and that paid dividends.
Well, he was due a goal against Rangers, and he was due a performance against Rangers. He is delivering. Shunsuke Nakamura has ended Celtic's dismal run of Glasgow derbies without scoring.
And that has been a difference in Nakamura of late, certainly in the Motherwell game. Comes inside a little bit, doesn't hug the sideline anymore. He tries to get himself a little bit more involved, and boy did he get himself involved there.
McGeady chasing this, and Cuellar's given away another corner. And Celtic are pummeling their Glasgow rivals.
Oh, it's not often you say this, but Rangers are on the rack. Smith in the stand. We've seen it all. And quite plain to see in the first 20 minutes. You can see there, 6-1 corners to the home side. Pretty much sums up possession so far.
The goal scorer looking to turn provider. Nakamura's corner. And it's Naylor who drilled it back in. And McDonald struggling with it. Like a wonder, mind you.
Well, it's a first touch as well, because as soon as it gets out from under his feet, doesn't have to think about it anymore. He has a wee look up, and then he gets his head down, and he gets right through the ball. Fantastic strike. And because he takes it so early, it gives McGregor no chance.
The man from Japan comes good on Derby Day in Glasgow, just when Celtic needed him to.
It's all very well for Rangers coming and sitting in a little bit. The game plan is not to lose a goal early on, and as I said earlier, they don't generally lose goals early in matches, the away side, but they have done tonight. It'll be interesting to see how that changes them. Do they open up a little bit more, or do they just wait?
David Weir takes it, aimed towards Lee McCulloch. It's won by McManus. Stephen Davis, McManus and Robson almost in each other's way. Here's Lee McCulloch. Lee Naylor cut across him. Scott McDonald handball. Handball. McCulloch. And Gary Caldwell's got the free kick of him.
I don't think Caldwell's anything wrong there. I think Caldwell's up far too early. He managed to get that one out of the referee for me. See how early he goes up. He's never going to be there in time for the ball arriving.
Well, the first goal is vital in any game, but especially in Old Firm games. Only once in the last 56 league derbies has the team that scored first lost. McGeady makes some room, cut out by Dailly. Rangers pretty much swamped in the opening quarter of this titanic tussle. There's not been much breathing space so far for Rangers. Celtic looking hungry, very, very hungry, but then they have no choice. They could actually be top of the table by the weekend, although Rangers would then have 3 games in hand. One way to go in this one, and here's Stephen Davis. He's way off target though, unlike Nakamura.
Yeah, Rangers just managing to push out a little bit. Celtic will just try for the next 5-10 minutes or so, batten down the hatches a little bit.
Broadfoot, Whittaker, Ferguson, and Whittaker and Broadfoot both chasing this. It's kept in by Broadfoot. The linesman was nearly bowled over then. John Gilmore.
Broadfoot, yeah, right in there. No hanging around, and the assistant referee a little bit wary.
Well, you would be, wouldn't you? Cuellar will need that. He's sent it straight back in the direction of McManus, who will let it go for the throw. Celtic found some form at just the right time at the weekend, trouncing Motherwell, but that was only their 2nd win in 8 games. The lead against Rangers here, thanks to a special strike from a special player, Shunsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, we did say before the match that both Nakamura and McGeady were important, but maybe more so Nakamura, because over the last few matches hasn't quite been in form, although McGeady's been trying his best to spark his side into life. But it's It's been the opposite on this occasion.
Naylor. Naylor again. Scott McDonald. That's yet another corner.
I think that's got to be the biggest worry for Walter Smith, is the time that the Celtic midfield are being afforded on the ball to pick out passes, whether they're going to go wide or more central into a striker. The Rangers midfield have to get closer. They've got a man over in there. It shouldn't be happening.
Celtic's 7th corner. And a standing ovation for the man who goes to take it. The goal scorer. Here it comes from Nakamura. And the commanding figure there was David Weir. Nakamura. He's giving Whittaker the run around, big time. Hartley. Rangers charge out. Hinkle, though, has skipped past Papac, and he's gone past McCulloch, but Papac has come back for more. Here is Hartley. There was a slight doubt with a leg strain. But with no Scott Brown in there, they needed him. McDonald, Robson. McGeady was involved in this move too. That's a strong, forceful challenge from Cuellar.
That's a brilliant tackle. He times it so well, because if Robson gets past him, he's on his favoured left foot, takes the whole of the ball.
Naylor's cross, away by McCulloch. McGeady. Ferguson. Closes in on McGeady too. Handball shot against Darcheville, although mostly from the fans. And Davis now is racing away, but there's nobody who's kept up until now. Here's Christian Dailly, of all people. Trust him to keep up, one of the fittest players around despite his advancing years. Papac, Ferguson, Davis, and Papac had actually moved into the box. It was Whittaker, rather Broadfoot lunging in, and he's got a yellow card.
They're both just going for it here. Broadfoot, as you can see, nowhere near the ball really. It's not particularly dangerous because he keeps his foot out of it, it's more his shin. But he still catches McGeady.
Broadfoot joins Hartley in the book. Well, he'd love to be out there playing. Now part of Gordon Strachan's coaching staff. And he would have been in the face of every Celtic player in that dressing room before this game. Celtic are very much in Rangers' faces now. Scott McDonald. Christian Dailly. Another reckless challenge. After McDonald had lost the ball.
It all stems from not being able to hold it up. Not for the first time in this match. Very important for the strikers. Also for Darcheville, maybe even more so for him. To be able to just hold it in and allow his midfield up in support.
McGregor launching it towards McCulloch. Gary Colwell rises. Hinkle under pressure from Darcheville. It's a Rangers throw. Papac goes short in the end and promptly gets it back from Davis. Papac in, it's away by Naylor. McGregor.
Well, it's been a totally commanding half an hour, but you know what? Rangers are nowhere near out of this one.
Scott McDonald is lurking, but the free kick is going to go Rangers' way.
I think Celtic will know we've got a lot of work to do to get the 3 points here tonight.
Davis. The race for the English title continues at the weekend as Manchester United go to Blackburn, and we'll be there with them from 4 o'clock Saturday, Setanta Sports 1. Oh, Hartley with a mistake, which almost let in Whittaker. Whittaker. Nakamura for Hinkle. Cuellar always looked the favourite ahead of Vennegoor of Hesselink. Ferguson needs to rally Rangers. Papac. Darcheville. Oh, that's loose. Terrible. McDonald pounces on it. Robson and Vennegoor of Hesselink are in the box. McDonald tried to catch out McGregor at his near post.
I'm not sure what he's trying here. Is it a cross? Is it a shot? In the end, it didn't really matter. Skips in the channel, and from this point, you're thinking he could even cut it back to McGregor, but I think he's just going across goal as hard as he can, hoping that Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink can get there. Or is he being audacious? Maybe. I wouldn't put it past him.
Celtic's corner count increases. And Celtic score again. Barry Robson whips it in, and McGregor got something on it. It was very crowded in there. And now Darcheville's got a free kick off Hartley.
Those are killer deliveries from Barry Robson. Great to have Robson and Nakamura both in your side.
Kick against McCulloch and in favour of Cuellar.
I think for all Celtic's possession, they've only really created a couple of chances. And could you even call Nakamura's goal a chance? Well, McCulloch getting a little ticking off against that left elbow, in similar fashion to Barry Robson's earlier on. I don't even know if you can call Nakamura's goal a chance. 25 yards out, just a phenomenal strike.
Gordon's tracker needs to end. Here's Walter Smith hoodoo. McDonald, Naylor, and McGregor having to step back. Alan McGregor kept 4 successive clean sheets against Celtic. First Rangers keeper to do that. And then along came Nakamura. Davis for Darcheville. McCulloch takes over, free kick against McCulloch again, and for Hartley. And they're taking it quick. McGregor. Nakamura. And Barry Robson didn't see that coming. He swept the awards board last season in Scottish football. Been a bit quieter this season, was out for a time injured. I think a lot of football caught up with him. Rangers unbeaten in 27 domestic matches since the end of October. Celtic are challenging that unbeaten run, and they hope they'll still be challenging for the title. McGeady hurdling Broadfoot. High into the Glasgow sky by McManus. David Weir jostling with Vennegoor of Hesselink that time. Stephen Whittaker. Whittaker gets bogged down, and McGeady gets stuck in. Hartley. Ferguson waiting to pounce, but Celtic calm, composed, controlled. Robson for Cuellar.
I can see that Celtic have just passed the ball better than Rangers in this first half. But I don't think the away side will be too disillusioned, only one down, having not really started yet in this game. They will create chances, Rangers.
Stephen Davis now. Darcheville. Celtic a little short on numbers at the moment. Darcheville, though, that's in horribly wrong.
Yeah, and he's taken a little bit of stick from McCulloch and Davis, who'd made the long run there to support him. You can see just inside. But he's got that lone battle up front, and I think he feels that when he gets sight of goal, he's going to attempt it.
Naylor is hurt. 5 minutes of the first half remaining. So some concern for Gordon Strachan, who will be particularly pleased at the way his team have gone around their business today. They look like a side who know they have to win. Smith exchanging words with the legend that is Ali McCoist.
Well, it's not surprising that it took something as special as this to break down a fantastic Rangers defence. And that is really special. So much movement on it. Virtually impossible for McGregor to track it.
The sweetest of sweet strikes from Shunsuke Nakamura. Naylor looks like he'll be all right. Naylor waiting to return. Hesselink has been penalised. Naylor is allowed back on, but he's out of position at the moment. Barry Robson covering that area. Papac. Naylor now back in his usual slot. Cuellar. Whittaker. Casual from Cuellar. Rangers not getting much of a look in. Gary Cuellar, certainly one of Gordon Strachan's favourite players. Offside, you won't be surprised to hear. Scott McDonald.
McDonald tries to bend his run, maybe not quite enough. Arguing the point.
Hartley. Half-time fast approaching and Rangers need to regroup.
And this game does have a similarity to the 3-0 earlier in the season. The Rangers won. This time round up, Celtic that looked the more determined side, the team that wanted the most. I'm sure Walter Smith at half-time will have something to say about that.
The Giants of Glasgow slugging it out again. And there's another one to come a week on Sunday. A slip from Naylor has let in Whittaker, Darcheville ahead of him. And now it is Jean-Claude Darcheville! And McManus diverted it wide. He got an own goal in the weekend. And he must have thought there might have been another one there.
I just thought that Whittaker could have released this earlier at that point there for Darcheville, and then he waits, but then it opens up again. McManus caught the wrong side. For 1 second I thought it was going to be another own goal for McManus, like he scored against Motherwell. But that's the problem with Darcheville. You can't leave him for a second. He's so mobile. I think he should have got a better shot off though.
Well, they're waiting for Darcheville to get his boot back on. Rangers scored on the stroke of half-time in the last Old Firm game. Come on, get your boot on. Rangers take it anyway. McCulloch. Cuellar with a foul. And Nakamura. And the 45 minutes are almost up. Darcheville was a world record attempt at the longest time to put a boot back on. It's going to be 1 minute added on. In what has been, as usual, an absorbing first half between Glasgow and Scotland's big two.
We don't often say this about Gordon Strachan when it involves Walter Smith, but it's all gone to plan so far.
Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink, and McDonald, he's onside. Robson looking to maintain Celtic's interest in this move. Nakamura supporting. Hinkle on his left foot.
Wasn't quite as good as the one that brought out that save from McGregor in the last match. In fact, nowhere near as good.
It is half-time. Here's Rob. Well, Celtic fully deserving of their lead. Rangers squamped in that first half. But in Nacho Novo, they have a man who rather relishes these occasions. He scored twice against Celtic at Ibrox back in October. Celtic a goal to the good. "45 more minutes of Old Firm frenzy to come." Ferguson, sharp to get to that. Here's Nacho Novo. And it didn't take him too long to get involved.
And he is involved on that right-hand side and not up front alongside Darcheville. Certainly initially, they'll just stick out to that right flank and see how it goes.
Here's Hinkle. Dailly popping it out.
That could be quite an interesting battle on the right for Rangers with Novo against Wilson, who's not played that many games now for Celtic this season. We know how sharp Nacho Novo can be.
Mark Wilson has had an injury-stricken couple of years at Celtic. He did make a surprise start in the new camp, but hasn't figured too often this season. Naylor suffered that back injury in the first half, unable to continue. Darcheville, and he's got a free kick off Gary Caldwell. The Rangers seeking to respond early in the second half to a wonder goal from Shunsuke Nakamura. It has given Celtic an all-firm advantage.
Certainly a great opportunity early in the second half to put a decent delivery in.
It is Davis to deliver, but it's safely collected by Artur Boruc. And not only that, he's put Aidan McGeady away. Scott McDonald. He's got away from Papac. Goal kick.
That was good defending in the end from Papac. That may be the problem for Rangers on that Celtic left-hand side now that Whittaker's further back and Broadfoot is off. Novo might get caught a little bit further forward, and that might just give Aidan McGeady some extra room.
Rangers are going to have to do something they haven't done very often lately: score at Celtic Park. Only 4 goals in their last 12 visits here, and they lost 9 of those 12. Whittaker has switched to right back, where we often saw him for hips. Here's Papac. Davis. Ferguson. McCulloch. Barry Robson putting himself about to great effect. Here is Wilson. McGeady, shadowed by Novo, sees him off. McGeady, turning it on. Wilson, met by Weir, but it comes to Hartley, into the path of Nakamura. Hinkle overlapping. Davis trying to close down Nakamura. He has got the better of him. Davis eventually lost his way, but he has made a major impact since joining on loan from Fulham. Grew up supporting Rangers. McGeady. Wilson. McDonald. Barry Robson waiting. McDonald wants a goal though. And Barry Robson saying, "Why didn't you tee me up?"
Well, that's just lovely football from Celtic. From right to left, spraying the passes around now. McGeady highly involved. Wilson already involved in the match. And McDonald has bought himself a yard or two. I'm sure that Celtic manager will be happy the way his team has started in this second half, quite similar to the first with the passing.
To evade Novo. Caldwell. Carlos Cuellar. I fancy a bit of that, especially up against McDonald. Robson. The Rangers player as a boy. Christian Dailly has caught him.
Well, it isn't often you see this, but the Rangers midfield just being bossed around at the moment. Robson, Aidan McGeady, Hartley just sitting there. Nakamura coming into it as well. They're just in control.
A retribution from Dailly there after he was clattered into in the opening minute. That's a decent cross. And McGeady trying to get to it. was some delivery from McCulloch. And Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink gets a yellow card for that rather crude challenge.
Extremely crude. We knew it was coming. Well deserved. Novo was away. He slides out here. He's never going to get the ball.
The third yellow card that McCulloch has brandished today, but the recipient of one of them, Broadfoot, is no longer on the field. Christian Dailly's free kick aimed towards Weir. Cuellar and Vennegoor of Hesselink were both keeping an eye on him. Papac returns it. Down by Wilson for McGeady. Dailly. Not much room to manoeuvre on Derby Day in Glasgow.
Certainly from the home side, done a great job of pressing Rangers midfield. They're not getting any time on the ball at all. I think what Rangers have done to try and get men closer to Darcheville is they've pushed Novo up slightly, and they've also pushed McCulloch up on the other side, just a little bit closer to the striker.
Darcheville probably hoping for a corner out of that, but it wasn't forthcoming. McCulloch. Davis and Colville's going to take no chances. Boric was coming out, but he knew that McCulloch was right behind him. Papac. McManus clears, and it's landed at the feet of Aidan McGeady. Dailly takes over, and that's going to be a Rangers free kick. There might have been one earlier.
That was well refereed, just waiting to see how it was all going to turn out.
And Barry Robson has said something, and he's being warned for that show of dissent rather than for anything else.
The game has been refereed well so far. A few late tackles. Nothing too untoward though. It's been all good stuff.
It's Whittaker to take this one. Christian Dailly was crowded out. Now McGeady. Celtic have got a few options here. That's not one of them though. Dailly, away by Hinkle, but only to Papac. Darcheville. Hinkle, tidy. Robson having to help that on his way. Christian Dailly, won it fair. Whittaker now for Nacho Novo, and he's in some space. Isn't that just typical of Nacho Novo? Rangers respond, and that is a crushing blow for Celtic's title hopes, and it's a familiar scorer against them.
Well, this is just spectacular. It really is. Nacho Novo, he gets a sniff at it. It's a lovely ball played through, but just look how much work he's got to do. Touch and hit right across Boric. The perfect position. Boric's angle's not quite right. He leaves too much of a space there, and that's enough of a space for Nacho Novo to get right through the ball. Perfect technique, right over the top of it, down into the ground. So difficult for a goalkeeper. It's his first sniff at goal, and what a substitution. Top class.
Well, there's a yellow card flashed at the dugout there in the aftermath of that goal, and we think it was flashed at Stephen Naismith. We'll find out more about that in a moment, but the important thing for Rangers is
the goal back. And for me, Mark Wilson was at fault at left back. He thought he could win it, he stepped out, and he just left Novo and acres of space.
Stephen Naismith, who is a sub, got a yellow card for running on the pitch to celebrate that goal. A yellow card for a sub can only happen in an Old Firm game. Whittaker, Davis, and that's slipped away from Novo. We have seen two fabulous finishes tonight from Nakamura and Novo. And here is Scott McDonald, and there's a free kick being given, a bit of shirt tugging I think in the build-up. Alan McGregor seems to be struggling, and this could be very bad news for Rangers if that's a twist or something.
It might just have been when he went to the front post there to make that save from McDonald. He had to get down quickly. It was a superb save. He might just have twisted his left ankle. It's a lovely ball through. It's a wee tug from Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink. And just there, maybe his left ankle got trapped underneath his body as he went to the front post area. I think that's what it was. We'll just see it here. It's a great strike from McDonald. Volley hit. And just there, I think his body collapsed on top. Full weight on that ankle.
He's still able to kick the ball, but he is clearly toiling a little. And Rangers will certainly want him fit for what should be a remarkable run-in as they chase 4 trophies. Unfortunate really not to be nominated for the Scottish PFA Player of the Year award. Goalkeepers don't usually get a look in, mind you, do they? Although David James did in England. Whittaker. The Old Firm don't do draws very often. Plenty of time for this scoreline to change. Anything can happen, and it usually does on Derby Day in this city. Dailly, Darcheville, Ferguson. Gary Corbell has seen that coming. Whittaker, sidestep McGeady. He's run into Wilson. Ferguson. Novo. Disappointing. Rangers fans will let him off that one. And here's why.
Just prior to the goal, it's a challenge from Dailly on McDonald. The Celtic fans were looking for a free kick for. But just 8 seconds later, this happened. Absolutely clinical from Nacho Novo. He is a big-time player, and that's certainly a big-time goal.
Whittaker. Ferguson. And it's Papac who's to his left. Christian Dailly. Stephen Davis, tracked by Hartley, and Davis thought that Papac was still where he was initially. And McGregor has been receiving a little bit of treatment for that ankle problem. It could be tested again here with a big kick.
What a big change that was from Walter Smith getting Novo on. I don't think Whittaker, had it been Broadfoot playing right back, would have been as far up the park as Nacho Novo was when he received that pass. certainly couldn't have finished it any better, although we know that Whittaker can't do that.
Whittaker's challenge was timely and tasty. Novo. Ferguson. Hartley closes the door. Hartley and Ferguson being watched today by the Scotland manager, George Burley. Never one to miss these occasions. And Gordon Smith alongside him. Played a few of these. Hinkle. Nakamura. Barry Robson. Dailly thought he wasn't able to shoot. McGeady has lost it to the always tenacious and ever popular Novo.
You can't see what a difference that's made. Obviously Walter Smith in the first half watching the game from the stand. You saw that his midfielders weren't getting close enough to Celtic's midfield. They weren't up the park enough, weren't close enough to Darcheville. Craig Burley mentioned that at half-time, and that's been a big difference. Just able to close down the home side that bit quicker.
Celtic had it pretty much their own way in the first half. It was never likely to be a similar story, I guess, in the second. But they need to pick themselves up and dust themselves down and have another go for a goal. Wilson. Hartley. Nakamura. He floated it beautifully to Hinkle. And Vennegoor of Hesselink knocks it wide.
I think Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink thinks he gets a nudge here from Cuellar. It's a great ball in. Just how much contact is there? It's a lovely ball from Hinkle across. And you can see there is a touch, but I think it's after Jan Vennegoor gets his touch.
That goal from Nacho Novo, by the way, only the 5th that Celtic have conceded in the SPL here this season. They won't want to concede again. Nacho Novo securing a free kick as Celtic's frustrations increase.
It's an engrossing match now. You can see that it's going to be in that midfield area. Just who will get the upper hand over the next 25 minutes or so.
Cleared by McManus. Whittaker. Robson hacking that in Papac's direction. McCulloch. Papac. Nakamura. Cuellar. Commanding figure all season until that particular moment. He's given Vennegoor of Hesselink a sniff. And it's just a throw.
Nothing wrong with the tackle.
What will happen next at Celtic Park? All-firm games, often a tale of the unexpected.
Well, it is obvious that Celtic aren't moving the ball as freely anymore. And at 1-1, it certainly suits Rangers. It's up to the home side to take it back to them again.
Celtic were knocked out of both cup competitions on their own ground this season. Rangers now want to knock them out of the title race. Barry Robson latches onto that though. He could put Hinkle in. He has. Hinkle with a bit of time. Robson! Vennegoor of Hesselink. And a great challenge from Cuellar to snuff out that threat. Hinkle. Caldwell, dispatched by David Weir, and here's Darcheville. The old firm locked together at 1-1. Whittaker plenty to think about, but he's lifted it over Alan McGregor, who's still struggling. He's still struggling.
Yeah, he is. Just a few steps back towards goal there for McGregor with McGeady's ball, and he was hobbling. Nacho Novo, you can see here, Mark Wilson. He banks on getting this one, doesn't quite make the pass though, and then he's out of position. And from then on, it's all about Nacho Novo. There's only one place he can put that.
His 13th goal of the season, proving rather unlucky for Celtic. Two top draw goals in a top draw contest. Offside, Scott McDonald. Quarter of this enthralling encounter remaining.
Well, we thought at half-time it was up to Walter Smith to make a change, and he did do that. And I think now, give or take 5-10 minutes, it'll be down to Gordon Strachan. What will he do?
I'm sure we'll see Samaras sooner rather than later. Wilson, Robson, Stephen Davis inside his own box, making a telling contribution, as he has done since the day he arrived at the club he supported as a boy. Wilson going short in the end to McDonald. Vennegoor of Hesselink. Nakamura. Nakamura! And handball! Penalty and a red card coming out here! It's a red card for Cuellar. It's a penalty for Celtic on a night of high drama.
Well, it was a lovely ball in. Finally found its way to Nakamura. And is that going in? Yes, it is. And that's why Weir does what he does. But has he handed this match to Celtic? He certainly handled the ball. He's had a great season. And he made that decision. Did he get it wrong?
Cuellar takes the long walk. And what a massive moment this is for Scott McDonald and for Celtic. You can feel the tension. Scott McDonald. It's saved by Alan McGregor. And McGregor's sensational season just goes on and on. Even though he's hobbling, even though he's injured, he's foiled McDonald.
Well, what a drama. That is a great save. He just does enough to tip it on the post. Scott McDonald was hoping he'd go the wrong way. He didn't. That pretty much sums up his season.
Justice was not done. It stays 1-1, but hang on, here's Vennegoor of Hesselink. Ooh, he nearly sneaked that through to McGeady.
Well, that's what I said, was it a gamble worth taking for Weir, because that ball was going in. And at the moment, that still hangs in the balance. And from this angle, we can see it is wide, but he virtually shows McGregor where he's going. But McGregor's still got a lot to do. And let's not forget, he has got a problem with that left ankle, which makes that save even better.
Celtic deflated, McGregor grimacing every time he kicks it. And I'm surprised they're not letting someone else take the goal kicks. No surprise that Georgios Samaras is going to come on for Gordon Strachan. More than capable of nicking a goal, and Celtic so urgently need one.
The big question is, does Gordon Strachan keep both his strikers on, as well as taking on Samaras? He hasn't done that yet this season. It'll be interesting to see if it's just like for like to stay with that 4-4-2. I think he's got a gamble.
McGeady's cross, and he's in there. McDonald. Well, ironically, Rangers were going to take McGregor off, but he said he wanted to carry on. Whether he will be able to now, not so sure.
I think at this point, the goalkeeper's going to have to make that decision. There's still big games to be played. It's been made.
Neil Alexander is about to make his SPL debut. He did play against Hibs in the Scottish Cup when McGregor was suspended.
Well, he goes down very quickly, but I think Scott McDonald virtually shows him here. You can see the angle of his body. You know he's going to go to the goalkeeper's left. And McGregor knew it.
There's so many vital games left for Rangers in, well, every competition. This is a real concern. Alan McGregor. And we hear the Rangers doctor has been hit by something, sadly. But, well, McGregor looks like he's going to go off, but he has made, as usual, another colossal contribution to the Rangers' cause, saving that penalty. McGregor's game would appear to be over. Rangers will be hoping his season isn't over. A lengthy delay. Maybe McGregor has said that he doesn't want to go off. Again, he's been saying it for about the last 15 minutes.
It's not exactly the kind of game that you want your second choice goalkeeper coming on in. Certainly when your first choice has just made a save like that from a penalty.
Well, he is going to carry on. Sadly, there was a coin thrown there, which certainly made contact. And that's always shameful to see. Up along McGregor, he's going to carry on. But he's not going to take the kicks. Maybe he shouldn't have been anyway. Georgios Samaras is going to come on for Barry Robson. Game over for Robson. And on comes Samaras. Celtic will be hoping that he can make another contribution on the goal-scoring front. He's made a few since joining on loan from Manchester City.
And Gordon Strachan has gambled. For the first time this season, he's gone 3.
Here is Samaras. And Vennegoor of Hesselink. Not the quickest. Stephen Whittaker was able to get back. McDonald, who will be eager to make amends for failing to score from the spot.
Celtic have got a tighter midfield 3. McGeady just coming in a little bit, picking up the ball there. Samaras is floating around the 2 strikers up front.
Celtic will be eager to find out how McGregor copes. They might be piling on top of him soon. He's got a free kick now.
Well, we'll expect a few long high balls right on top of McGregor now. Although he's saying now he can't continue.
Well, it's been a bit of a long drawn out surely they've got to bring Neil Alexander on. Another chance for Celtic. Nakamura takes it. Vennegoor of Hesselink on the header, but now he has to chase Ferguson. Darcheville is on his own, and Mark Wilson having to come across.
It certainly helps when you've got a full back like Mark Wilson with pace covering for you. I think having been strapped up a little bit, they wanted to give McGregor a chance, but it hasn't worked.
Well, he had the chance to go off, stayed on, and saved a penalty. Yep, that pretty much sums up Alan McGregor's season. But he is making way now. A crucial, vital save from Scott McDonald's penalty.
Yeah, it was a vital stop. And all credit to him, he got down, strong left arm, touches on the post. It's a big miss for Scott McDonald.
SPL debut then for Neil Alexander, who played in Scotland before for Livingston. Had some successful times there, headed to Wales and Cardiff, and then to England and Ipswich. Now he's back north of the border, and he's playing in an Old Firm game.
It's certainly not what Rangers want, to be down to a 4-4-1, but doesn't really change it too much for them. They can just dig in. We know they can defend well with that back four, but they'll have to be prepared for an onslaught now.
Celtic need to ask questions of the 10 men. Cuellar in, Vennegoor of Hesselink. Went behind and away from Samaras, but here is Wilson. McGeady, Nakamura, Hinkle. Cross, cleared by Whittaker. Stephen Davis, Nacho Novo. Cuellar sent off for handling on the line and denying Celtic a goal. And it turned out to be just about worth it, as Scott McDonald's penalty was saved by McGregor. Neil Alexander has to come to that. Samaras challenging him. Dundee United and Hibs are chasing a place in Europe, and we'll be with them Sunday at 1 on Setanta Sports 1. Just over 10 minutes remaining. Famous fixture. Gary Cuellar. Nakamura. Cuellar now for McGeady. Stopped by Dailly, but it's going to come to Wilson. And he rode the challenge of Whittaker and settles for a corner. Celtic gagging for a goal. Nakamura, and it was attacked by Stephen McManus. Goal kick.
Rangers still very difficult to break down. Two banks of four in front of Alexander. They know exactly what to do. If
it stays like this, the gap at the top will stay the same, 4 points. Celtic play Aberdeen here at the weekend. Rangers have a Scottish Cup semi against St Johnstone. So they will rack up another game in hand over their Glasgow rivals. They've still got to rearrange matches at St Mirren and Motherwell. Naismith making it hard for the SPL fixtures people by progressing in Europe and in the Scottish Cup. Cuellar's going to be on the last fling. Samaras. Caldwell. Offside. Surely not Nakamura. Surely not.
Well, definitely not. I think McDonald, though. Should he be? Is it going into McDonald's area? Well, he gets close to it. That's what tilts it against Nakamura.
Whittaker. Darcheville's about to be replaced by Cuellar. McMillan taking no prisoners. And why should you in games like these? Rangers fans are down in that corner, adoring Nacho Novo. Transfer window. He's recently returned from a broken jaw suffered against Werder Bremen. Nacho Novo geeing up the Rangers fans. I think they're fairly geed up anyway. Even more so if the goal goes in here. Rangers not committing too many men forward. Novo's corner didn't reach anyone. Ferguson rattles it back in. Only 2 of the last 26 Old Firm games have been drawn. Celtic really cannot afford to draw. They have no room for error, no margin at all. 3 points are a must. And here they go looking for them. McGeady, Samaras charging in.
Oh yeah, again it's McGeady. He nips inside. Samaras just can't get his head to it. It's a lovely ball in again. Just can't make the contact, Samaras.
Just over 5 minutes to go. Picked on by Cuellar for Novo. Novo, he had a look up and saw absolutely no one in the box, so a throw will do.
Yeah, and credit to Rangers. Having got a man down, they haven't looked too troubled.
Whittaker and Davis. Different wavelength.
If it remains like this, some result for Rangers. Very poor in the first half. Came out strongly in the second. Scored a great goal. We've had to defend against this then.
Celtic have won 13 games in the last 5 minutes of matches under Gordon Strachan. Time to do it again if they are to keep their title hopes alive. Hartley. Away by Whittaker, but only to Samaras. Blocked by Dailly. McGeady. No crafty curler this time.
That's a difficult effort. Samaras is a goalie's left foot first. Doesn't give McGeady much time to think about it.
10 men. The draw would certainly suit them now, but it doesn't suit Celtic. Oh no, not at all. Ferguson. Novo. Cross came McGeady.
The Rangers are a team that we've seen so often this season. When they're up against it, they come good. And if Celtic can't get in behind them, it's looking pretty easy for them to see this game out.
Poor pass from Stephen Davis. We haven't uttered those words much. Samaras heading nowhere fast. And McCulloch having to separate Samaras and Ferguson. Samaras felt he was fouled, and Ferguson very evidently disagreed.
Ferguson was angry that he thought Samaras played for the free kick here. He's running it out. A poor touch just at the end there. And then, as you can see, just let himself go, and that's what Ferguson was unhappy about.
Two minutes of the 90 left. There might well be a fair few minutes added on. McGregor was down for a long time. Kuzan, Davis, Novo closing in on Wilson, Whittaker closing in on McGeady. Caldwell. Can Celtic save their season? Hinkle. Wilson. McGeady. Wilson can deliver. McCulloch was guarding Hinkle. Caldwell. McDonald closely watched by Davis. Caldwell. Scott McDonald isn't going to get to that, and it's slipping away from Celtic. Strachan may stop the run of 4 defeats in 4 against Walter Smith, but only with a point, and that's not enough really. But there's going to be, wait for this, 5 minutes of stoppage time, just to add to the considerable tension, the intense suspense of an old firm game.
We've seen this, how difficult it is to play against 10 men. There are the 5 minutes. That's how long Celtic have got to keep their season alive.
Samaras, and that's going to drop for Alexander. Gordon Strachan won the title in his first 2 seasons in charge, a couple of cups as well, progress in the Champions League, but Walter Smith has totally transformed Rangers, who went 2 seasons without a trophy, and now they're getting greedy. They're up to 4 as the seconds tick agonisingly away for those in green and white.
And 1-1 would undoubtedly be job done for Rangers under very difficult circumstances.
McGeady's clearance only goes to Ferguson. Now Papac. Boretz will claim that. He's rolled it to Hinkle. Samaras. Celtic, masters of a late goal or two under Gordon Strachan. They need another one now. Wilson, it's gone behind though.
I think McGeady made the wrong decision. He played in Wilson. I think he should have cut inside himself, knowing he has better delivery when he does that. And that's been the problem for Celtic in the last 15 minutes. They can't deliver. They can't get into positions that are difficult for Rangers to defend against, and then get good delivery in the box.
Kuzan's flick. Novo loses out to Wilson. McGeady. And Novo has thrown the ball away, and McGeady's having a little pop.
Yeah, it's got a little bit tetchy.
Celtic might have done the same, and it'd be the other way around, mind you. Rangers don't need to win it. Celtic most definitely do. Wilson for Samaras. Caldwell. McDonald. Vennegoor of Hesselink! They've done it! Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink answers a Celtic SOS. Save our season. They are still in the title race. And yet again, it's a case of better late than never under Gordon Strachan, who looks like he's going to get the better of Walter Smith at last.
Well, never say never with Celtic. What a lovely dig pass this is from Caldwell. And McDonald finds himself a yard. It's a great header. And that is a priceless header from Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink. Great teamwork in the box between the front two. And that's why they've scored so many goals this season. No chance for Alexander. But it's all about the quality of that pass. The first time they've managed to get any kind of quality in the box in the last 15 minutes. And look what happens.
A stoppage time winner for Celtic. That sounds familiar. 1 minute of the 5 added on remaining. Here's Kuzan though. Can Celtic close it out? Kuzan. Whittaker.
Well, that's real character, isn't it? How often have Celtic done this? Left it late. They kept trying to be adventurous. Very difficult against a solid Rangers side, but that's such a big goal for the big Dutchman.
Kuzan was held then by Vennegoor of Hesselink a little. Rangers fans at the moment are groan. It's a free kick now, and there's a card coming out here for David Weir.
Well, Gordon Strachan did gamble, and we thought for a second that Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink would come off the park when Samaras went on. And that gamble has definitely, most definitely paid off.
Vennegoor of Hesselink has bailed out his strike partner Scott McDonald, and his penalty was saved by Alan McGregor. A matter of seconds remaining, and everyone has gone through every emotion tonight. It's over. Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink has kept Gordon Strachan's season going, and Strachan has stopped the rot, and there's a bit of a scrap here in the aftermath, and Kenny Clark's going to have to sort this out, and it's all kicking off now. And I wonder if there might be more cards coming after the full-time whistle. What a night where Carlos Cuellar got a red card, Stephen Naismith was a sub, and even he got booked. And everyone's trying to calm it down. Good luck, because emotions run high and passions run high.